The Kabbalah, a complex and mystical tradition within Judaism, offers profound insights into the nature of God, the universe, and the human soul. Emerging in medieval Spain and Provence in the 12th and 13th centuries, Kabbalah seeks to understand the divine mysteries that underlie the physical and spiritual worlds. It is not a single book or set of teachings but rather a broad system of esoteric thought that has influenced Jewish theology, spirituality, and practice for centuries. Origins and historical development. The origins of Kabbalah are somewhat elusive, intertwined with various strands of Jewish thought that date back to antiquity. Some scholars trace its roots to the Merkavah mysticism of the early centuries CE, which focused on the divine chariot described in the book of Ezekiel. However, the Kabbalah as it is known today began to take shape in the 12th century, with foundational texts such as the Sefer HaBahir, Book of Brightness, and the Sefer Yetzirah, Book of Creation. These texts introduced key concepts like the Sphirot, which are the 10 emanations or attributes through which God interacts with the world. The most influential work of Kabbalah, the Zohar, Book of Splendor, appeared in the late 13th century. Traditionally attributed to the 2nd century sage Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, the Zohar was likely composed by the Spanish Jewish mystic Moses de Leon. The Zohar is a mystical commentary on the Torah, exploring the hidden meanings of the biblical text and offering a vision of the cosmos as a dynamic interplay between divine forces. The Sphirot, the divine emanations. At the heart of Kabbalistic thought are the Sphirot, the 10 emanations or aspects of God that structure the universe and govern its functions. The Sphirot are often depicted as a tree, known as the Tree of Life, with each sephira, singular form, representing a different facet of God's interaction with the world. The 10 Sphirot are Keter, crown, the highest sephira, representing the unknowable and infinite aspect of God. Chokmah, wisdom, the first creative impulse, the seed of potentiality. Binah, understanding, the development of that potential into form and structure. Chest, kindness, God's loving and benevolent aspect. Gevorah, severity, the aspect of judgment and discipline. Tiferet, beauty, the harmonization of chest and Gevorah, symbolizing compassion. Netzach, eternity, the endurance and persistence of God's will. Hod, glory, the power of submission and humility before God. Yesod, foundation, the channel through which divine energy flows into the world. Malkut, kingship, the manifestation of God's presence in the physical world. The Sphirot are not separate entities but interrelated aspects of a single, unified divine reality. They represent both the processes through which God creates and sustains the universe and the pathways through which human beings can ascend spiritually. The role of the Zohar. The Zohar, the most significant work in Kabbalistic literature, is a sprawling and enigmatic text composed of mystical exegesis, allegories, and homilies on the Torah. Written in a stylized form of Aramaic, the Zohar delves into the spiritual meanings behind the biblical narrative, often revealing hidden connections between the text and the divine structure of the cosmos. The Zohar introduces the concept of the Shekinah, the feminine aspect of God, which dwells among the people of Israel and mediates between the divine and human realms. The Shekinah is often depicted as being in exile, paralleling the physical exile of the Jewish people, and the ultimate goal of Kabbalistic practice is to reunite the Shekinah with the other aspects of the divine. The Zohar's influence extends far beyond its original context, shaping Jewish prayer, meditation, and rituals. Its teachings have also influenced Christian mysticism, Renaissance philosophy, and various esoteric traditions in the West. The practice of Kabbalah. Kabbalah is not merely a theoretical system but a path of spiritual practice. Kabbalists engage in various rituals, meditations, and prayers designed to align their souls with the divine will and to bring about the rectification, tikkun, of the world. Central to Kabbalistic practice is the concept of tikkun olam, the idea that human beings have a role in restoring harmony to the universe by performing mitzvot, commandments, and engaging in spiritual contemplation. One of the most important Kabbalistic practices is the contemplation of the divine names, particularly the Tetragrammaton, YHVH, which is considered the most sacred name of God. By meditating on the letters and permutations of these names, Kabbalists seek to attain higher states of consciousness and to draw closer to the divine. Kabbalistic prayer is often more meditative and introspective than traditional Jewish prayer. Kabbalists might focus on the Sphirot during prayer, visualizing the flow of divine energy through the tree of life and striving to connect their own souls with the divine source. The influence of Lurianic Kabbalah. In the 16th century, Kabbalah underwent a significant development with the teachings of Rabbi Isaac Luria, 1534 to 1572, known as the Ari, the Lion. Luria's innovations, known as Lurianic Kabbalah, introduced new concepts and practices that reshaped Kabbalistic thought. One of Luria's key teachings was the concept of Tzimtzum, the idea that God contracted himself to create a space for the universe to exist. This contraction led to the shattering of the vessels, Shevarit HaKelim, that originally held the divine light, scattering sparks of holiness throughout the world. The role of human beings, according to Lurianic Kabbalah, is to gather these sparks and restore them to their divine source, thereby completing the process of tikkun. Lurianic Kabbalah also introduced the idea of reincarnation, Gilgul, which suggests that souls undergo multiple lifetimes in order to rectify past sins and fulfill their spiritual purpose. This concept added a new dimension to Jewish thought, emphasizing the importance of each individual's actions in the cosmic drama of redemption. Kabbalah and modern Jewish thought. Kabbalah has continued to influence Jewish thought and practice into the modern era, though its role has evolved over time. In the 18th century, the Hasidic movement emerged in Eastern Europe, drawing heavily on Kabbalistic ideas. Hasidism emphasized the immanence of God in all aspects of life and promoted a joyful, heartfelt approach to religious observance. The teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of Hasidism, integrated Kabbalistic concepts with a focus on the spiritual potential of every Jew. In the 20th century, Kabbalah gained wider recognition outside the Jewish community, particularly through the efforts of figures like Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag, who sought to make Kabbalistic teachings more accessible. Today, Kabbalah is often associated with popular spiritual movements, though traditional Kabbalists caution against the oversimplification and commercialization of its teachings. The Kabbalah remains a profound and influential aspect of Jewish mysticism, offering a rich tapestry of thought and practice that continues to inspire seekers of spiritual knowledge. Its teachings on the nature of God, the structure of the universe, and the role of human beings in the divine plan provide a deep well of wisdom for those who seek to understand the mysteries of existence. While Kabbalah is rooted in Jewish tradition, its impact extends beyond Judaism, influencing a wide range of spiritual and philosophical traditions throughout history. Whether approached as a mystical path, a theological system, or a source of spiritual inspiration, the Kabbalah offers a unique and enduring contribution to the world of religious thought.